Psalm 112 is a complement to Psalm 111, which we looked at yesterday. It has the same acrostic form and deals with similar ideas. It may well have been written by the same psalmist at around about the same time. Psalm 111 finished by saying that the way to become wise is to honour the Lord and to respect his commands. Well, Psalm 112 praises the Lord for what such a wisely lived life brings. The psalmist isn't naive enough, of course, to think that such a contented life is inevitable, but he is certain that trust in the Lord will be strength and assurance for the one who follows God. Wealth would certainly have been seen as such a blessing in a time when the concept of an afterlife was still being forged, and so the psalm points to the wise one having material prosperity. But that's not the end of the story. The person who trusts in things will inevitably need those things for their security. And then when bad news comes, when their longings are foiled and their belongings give out, well, what then? But for the person who is wise, who honours the Lord and keeps his commands, then even in hard times, when bad news comes, it will not be enough to shake them, for their trust is in the Lord. In not feeling that they had to hold on to possessions or wealth, they are freed to scatter their gifts to the poor, to live honestly and with generosity to those in need. And the result is that they will be respected and well regarded by others. Their horn will be lifted high in honour. Wealth is a blessing, but surely the wise way to build a community of peace is to put wealth to work in caring for others. It is in a vibrant, sharing, covenant community of belonging, where God's ways are put first and centre, that all may thrive, because of the one who is wise, who fears the Lord and respects his commands. How do we measure up? Are we among the wise, whose treasure is in heaven, or are we among the unwise, the wicked, whose wealth is in the transient things around us? Psalm 112. Praise the Lord. Blessed are those who fear the Lord, who find great delight in his commands. Their children will be mighty in the land. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in their houses, and their righteousness endures forever. Even in darkness light dawns for the upright, for those who are gracious and compassionate and righteous. Good will come to those who are generous and lend freely, who conduct their affairs with justice. Surely the righteous will never be shaken. They will be remembered forever. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Their hearts are secure. They will have no fear. In the end, they will look in triumph on their foes. They have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Their horn will be lifted high in honour. The wicked will see and be vexed. They will gnash their teeth and waste away. The longings of the wicked will come to nothing. A prayer. We praise you, O Lord, for you have set us in a place and time where we have comfort and material blessing. We acknowledge that we have become used to it and have learned to rely upon it. But we know that wealth in itself does not sustain us and cannot protect us from all peril. You have promised that to obey you and care for others is sure of a reward. Help us to remember those who do not share the blessings we enjoy, and help us to use what we have with compassion and generosity, that communities of belonging may lift us, and that all may live in peace and unafraid. Amen.